Hope life is treating you well. Let me know if I can get you anything. You ever have one of those days where it feels like nothing is going right? I am having one of those lives. And before you say anything, I am fully aware how shockingly overdramatic that actually is. I'm just tired of setbacks. I know. I'm overreacting. It's just I'm so close to seeing this through, and I've wanted it for so long. And why can't I just get what I want without problems? Look what this is doing to me! I'm whining! I have never ever been a whiner! Alright, hyperbole aside, here's the situation. My friend Sasha, who you may or may not have seen hanging around, was working on securing a location for us to set up production on a larger scale. She was looking into a place down in the well, and I haven't seen her. I don't want to say I'm worried, but I'm a little worried. I can't really get away from the bar here. Would you mind checking up on her? I'm sure everything is fine. It would put me at ease, if nothing else. Oh, thanks. One less thing to worry about, you know? I'm sure it's fine, right? It's fine. You might want to look for her at Kay's place. Either she's there or Kay and Teresa will know where to find her. And thanks.
Everyone's welcome, so long as you keep your hands to yourself. Under no shortage of hungry mouths to feed around here. Keeps us on our toes. Nothing else? Sasha? No. Haven't seen her in a little while now. Pretty sure she's still in med bay. And if she's not, she's gonna be off her feet for a while, from what I hear. Poor girl. I don't expect we'll be seeing her here for some time. Couldn't say. Heard she was pretty tight-lipped about what happened to her. I assume so. Certainly haven't heard otherwise. She's a strong one. I'm sure she'll bounce back. Oh, sure thing. If you see her, tell her I hope she's better soon. And that she's welcome back for dinner anytime.
I'd like to say you should see the other guy, but, Hey, if you're here because I owe somebody, let him know I'm still good for the credits. I'll pay it back as soon as I'm out of here. Meantime, afraid I can't help you too much. Doc says I need to rest a bit longer. Oh, that's so nice of her. You must be the one who's been helping her with this whole supernova project, huh? She's gonna feel guilty about this. Not her fault, but she'll feel it just the same. The job I was doing for her is what landed me here. Wasn't supposed to be trouble. Went sideways, but that's my fault. She's all starry-eyed over this supernova business. I get it. Real great opportunity for her and all. I'm glad. She needs space to make the stuff. I heard talk that Sub-12 had recently been vacated. Thought it might be what she needed, so I went to check it out. Turns out I wasn't the only one who'd heard about it, and I wasn't the first to get there. Real slimeball, calls himself Fizz. Can you believe someone picked that as a nickname? He's trying to squat on the place. I don't know. What do lowlives usually do? Selling drugs, causing trouble. You know how it goes. No, not really. I've had run-ins with him before, so we had some words. I may have said some things about his mother. Then him and his goons jumped me. It wasn't my brightest moment, clearly. But look, Sub-12 is the place Nissa needs. And that means someone needs to get Fizz and his goons out of there. I wasn't able to do it, but maybe you can. It'd be nice to give Nissa some good news. That'd be great, if you can manage it. Well, hope you have better luck than I did.
This place ain't for the likes of you.
So, what do we do now?
Whatever you're here for, we're out. Won't get more supply for a few days, so get your fix somewhere else. What? And who the hell are you? You got some really lousy friends. She might as well have asked you to jump off mast. You're gonna end up in the same shape. That ain't gonna happen. Maybe. You weren't looking to stay forever, you know. Yeah? You think she'd be hiring? Yeah. I mean, I guess this isn't the only spot we could hang out. Fine, we'll go. This place sucked anyway. You can have it.
I don't know, we could set stuff on fire, I guess.
We don't want security poking their noses down here.
Okay, so maybe we do the fire later.
Oh my god. Come on, let's get out of here. Go find something to eat or... I don't know. Whatever.
But Fizz, ain't we gonna...
I said let's go already.
I am kind of hungry.
Shut up and move.
Hey there, Nissa's friend. Been up to anything fun lately? Wow, that's great news. Kind of sorry to hear there were no broken bones, but in the long run, it's great. Doc says I'm not quite done here yet, so you'd better take the good news to Nissa. And please, make sure she knows I'll get things up and running for her soon. I won't let her down.
Hope life is treating you well. Let me know if I can get you anything. Okay, and? I knew it. I knew she was going to get herself into trouble. So did she find the place? Are we set? Oh my gosh, thank you. That is incredible news. So this is it. I've got everything I need. Wow. Look, I know how much you've gone out of your way to help me. You didn't need to do any of this. You certainly didn't need to invest in this yourself. I appreciate that you trust me that much. I just want you to know that this is going to be a success. I've known it from the beginning, and I will be certain and share that success with you. It'll take us a little while before the credits start rolling in, but they will. And some of them will roll your way. Meantime, you're always welcome here. Make sure you stop by often, okay?
No wonder no one will work for you. My man is missing, and you're all just here, what? Waiting for him to wander back through the gate?
Mr. Halftown, we are trying, but we don't have the manpower.
And now half my crew thinks your little band of convicts is just waiting to drag us off and scrap us for organs.
Mr. Halftown, our security officer has been put into the infirmary trying to find your worker. We're doing everything we can. All I ask is that you and your crew be patient. You have nothing to fear from us convicts. We are handling it.
Then get it done. Or else we are going to have problems.
You have my word. I'm sorry, love, but the Elios retreat isn't taking new residents right now. We've had some issues. A missing person chief among them. But you're welcome to rest up and refuel here as long as you'd like. So long as there's no bounty hunter after you that's going to kick my brand new door off its hinges. Not yet, but it's certainly a risk, given the retreat's intended line of business. but I'm not about to send anyone packing who might just need a place to collect themselves. That the truth? Because I can't say it's going to be easy work, but if you found the construction crew's missing man, we'd all owe you. Well, he was last seen a few days ago, so we don't think he could have gotten far. We sent our lone security officer to find him, but things didn't go according to plan out there, and now he's taken up residence in our infirmary. So if you're offering, we'll absolutely take the help. This planet, it's not the most accommodating to human life. It's wild, empty, and the local fauna, well, they're not big fans of humans. So while I will absolutely take your help if you're offering it, I just want you to be aware I don't expect it's going to be a walk in the park. You don't know how happy I am to hear it. But if you're going to be helping us, well, you should know who it is you're working with first. The staff here, we come from some challenging backgrounds. Nearly all of us have spent time behind bars at one point or another. But our plan is to make this place, the retreat, into something we wish we'd all had. A place to help the galaxy's incarcerated get themselves on firmer footing. We'll bring them here, pay off their bounties, get them job training and a support network. Help them build regular, stable, boring lives to keep them out of the system for good. But I won't pretend that that sort of work doesn't make some people uncomfortable, so I just wanted to make sure you were aware before you signed on. You are a lifesaver. First place you'll want to start is the infirmary. Our security officer, Greg D'Angelo, was in the process of tracking our missing person, a Mr. Killman, but was injured in the process. He should be able to get you pointed in the right direction.
Who are you? Can't the guy heal in peace? Sloan found someone else, huh? Well, hopefully, you'll have better luck than I did. I managed to turn up some tracks outside the facility. Bit of a hike, though. Not sure if they were Killman's, but Ixal's not exactly a bustling metropolis. There was a cave system I scanned nearby, but I got attacked before I could look any further. Next place I was planning to visit once I was on my feet again. I'd start there.
I'm not going back. Stay away. Oh God, please, please don't put me back in the bag. I'll do whatever you say, just please, not the bag. You are? Oh, thank God. Come on. Let's get the hell out of here. You do know the way back, right?
Holy shit, you found him!
Well, there's a face I never expected to see again.
Killman! Killman's back! Mother of God, kid. What happened?
I was walking out, and someone threw a bag over my head. They took me... I don't know. It smelled like the inside of the first aid kit. I had to sleep on a steel floor and...
Which one of you crooks bagged him, huh?
Us? Why the hell would we do that? Waste of a perfectly good bag.
You're rambling, kid. Come on. Let's get you cleaned up. You smell like used welder's gear.
Mr. Halftown, I have some medical training. I'd be happy to.
You stay away from me. I want whoever kidnapped my man found and dealt with, understand? I don't care if it's one of your people or mine or a fucking ghost. Find them.
Of course. We'll do what we can. But
I'm not interested in excuses. I need to know who did this. Just find my man's kidnapper now.
Are you going to find him? The guy who took me?
I guess it might have been a bit naive for me to hope for a happy reconciliation, but you brought him back safe. That's what's important. Here, you have my sincerest thanks. But now, we've got a whole new thread to pull on. What are the chances I'd be able to convince you to help us find our kidnapper? Thank the heavens. So, we just need to figure out where we're sending you. Now, Mr. Kilman didn't seem to have a lot of information, but I caught at least one or two bits I think could help us find our kidnapper. That's right. Not a lot of proper facilities like that in the area. Which makes me think there was a building we were evaluating as a possible site for the retreat not far from here. An old research outpost. Seems like a decent match for the description of our kidnapper's hideaway. Here, the facility's coordinates. Head out there and see what you can find.
Damage.
You seem to have weathered that trek well enough. Were you able to find anything at the facility? Not a lot to go on. Monica, anything you can do with this?
I can take a look. Oh, it's encoded. Made to look scrambled. And done badly. Looks like... there. Seems there were two of them. Oh my god. It's all here. The accidents, the kidnapping, Greg's attack. These two, they did it all.
Any mention of who they are? They're not with the construction crew, are they?
No names, but there are a pair of ID numbers. They're with the Trackers Alliance.
The Alliance sent two bounty hunters? Here? What? Our bounties are all paid.
I'm not seeing an Alliance contract or documentation. I think this is off the books.
So, a couple of trackers have decided to haunt us on their own free time. Why?
Doesn't say.
That certainly seems in the realm of possibility.
So then this is an easy fix. They're bounty hunters. We pay them to leave us alone.
And make ourselves a target for every other hunter in the universe. We need to take a stand.
Says the one guy physically incapable of taking one.
We're not doing anything until we actually find them. Any mention in there of where our trackers might be now?
Sounds like they're on a supply run, outside the system.
Then we got a little time. Given their background, and ours, I expect you're the only person here they might actually listen to. Would you be willing to act as an emissary on our behalf? I'm certain we can find a way to solve this without resorting to violence.
Let's just pay them and be done with it. I mean, we clearly need more manpower anyway. I'll hire them on as contractors.
To hell with that. We know where they live. Let's have our friend here get the drop on them and send them to the great beyond.
The last thing we need is the galaxy thinking that's how we solve our problems around here, Mr. D'Angelo. I would request you try to avoid any violence. But if you're looking for suggestions on how to proceed, well, it seems we've got opinions to spare. They haven't killed anyone. Not yet, at least. Which means I bet they're willing to talk. Love, I can only guess at what these two might be after. But it's clear they perceive something about us as a threat. They're afraid. And all you can do with fear is try and understand it. So, just listen to them, okay? Hear what they have to say. And see if you can make whatever it is they're worried about a little less scary.
You looking for my suggestion? I don't think they're gonna respect anything other than force. But I think Sloane's not gonna be happy if you handle it that way.
Did I mention thanks for taking these two on? Had to deal with my fair share of their kind over the years. You don't get into that job to make it rich. You get into it to be a... Let them know that pushing around a bunch of counselors just makes them look like bullies.
I think there's a clear way to solve this problem. But the ultimate way forward, I suppose, falls to you. I think you should offer them money. And I'm willing to help. Here, all I have liquid at the moment. Hopefully it'll be enough.
What the... Who's that?
No clue. You! Who are you and what the hell are you doing here? And just who the holy hell are you? Huh, so the retreat figured us out, huh? Brought in their own muscle.
See? I told you Kilman was gonna lead them to us. Should have slit his throat when we had the chance.
Quiet. Listen, unless you're here to tell us those convicts have decided to close up shop, then we've got nothing to discuss. I couldn't care less about the cons. They can huff fish innards until they rot for all we care. But this retreat, if they actually succeed, keep criminals out of the bounty system, well, the galaxy probably doesn't need so many trackers at that point, does it? And then maybe the big boys like the UC and the Collective set up programs of their own, just like Helios. Put us all out of a job. Now, better to nip it in the bud now before it becomes a threat. Which is why I'm not interested in discussing anything except the date and time they're shutting their doors. That's so. See, you don't get it. What? That's not what this is. We're tough. That sounds like a challenge. Wait. Okay. You and your friends aren't getting our message. I think a corpse will make it clearer. You made a big mistake!
There you are. You were gone for quite a while, love. Are you all right? Were you able to find our trackers? Not sure I like the implication, but I suppose I have to respect it. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. This place, all of us, we are in your debt. There is just one last piece of business, though. Nevin asked to speak to you, in private. He's waiting for you up in the office.
Ah, there you are. So, first things first, I need to say, well, thank you. And we are exceedingly grateful for it. It's just the situation you set right, with the trackers. It's one we don't want to find ourselves in again. Luckily, we have someone, our founding donor in fact, who has offered to reach out to the Alliance, ensure their good behavior going forward. Before she does, however, she's asked for the details of what exactly occurred. I've already shared my own insights, but, well, she wants to talk to you too. Is that something you might be amenable to? Our benefactor has said she'd prefer to do the introductions herself. But you can rest assured she wants only to thank you in person, hear your side of the story. Nothing more sinister than that. She'll be pleased to hear it. Head to Aquila City in the Cheyenne system. Check in with Justin Sneed, her security chief. And I would ask you to try and be polite. She's the only reason we're here.
Tower's closed. Come back some other time. You're them, huh? I've got 2 rules for this little meeting. Rule number 1, you're not to share anything you discuss up there. This is a private matter, and we're going to keep it that way. Rule 2, you decide to get playful with that weapon, we're going to have serious problems. Think you can abide by those? Good. Miss Lance is waiting upstairs. You can go on up.
And that must make you our guest. Please, take a seat. Now, you may already know who I am. Raisha Lance, CEO Laredo Firearms. And you I know all about. I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for the retreat. Truly, it's a project that's near and dear to my heart. I'm not the sole donor, but yes, the retreat is a project I've been trying to foster for some time now. My attempt to improve the plight of humanity, even if just in a minor way. Which is why I'm so thankful for your intervention on its behalf. Now, I presume Nevin already got you up to speed. I need details before I talk to the heads of the Trackers Alliance. Make sure their members understand the retreat's off limits. So if you don't mind, I'd like to just jump right into it. Lily here will be taking notes as we go. Now, Nevin said all the various incidents afflicting the retreat, they all stemmed from this pair of rogue bounty hunters. Do I have that right? Good. Lily, make sure we get a copy of all that, will you?
Yes, Miss Lance.
But Nevin did say you managed to get those 2 to leave the retreat alone. You mind my asking how you accomplished that? I'm sure that couldn't have been easy. I appreciate you putting yourself in danger like that. I'm interested in the details, though. How exactly did it all play out? Well, I'm glad we lucked into someone with your skill set showing up when you did. So, only other thing I wanted to ask, and I'm just looking for an opinion here, is there anything in your eyes that could have been done to prevent this happening? After everything I've heard from you and Nevin, I'm inclined to agree. It'll take time to get the right people in place for this kind of work, but I'll make sure it's addressed. But that should give me enough to present to the Alliance. Thank you for making the time. Now, what you did, well, it deserves something more than just a couple of firm thank yous. Here, I want you to have these. They're a rare make, but I think you've earned it. Now, was there anything else you wanted to talk about before we went our separate ways? You make lots of friends in my position. Friends in the Freestar Collective, friends in the UC. The sort of people with influence over things. Like, say, how much a locality is allowed to spend on Alliance contracts each quarter. When the Alliance heads grasp that it's better for us all to be friends, I expect they'll leave the retreat well enough alone. That's kind of you, but without your help, it might have stayed just a goal. You have my sincere thanks. Now if you'll excuse me, as you've seen, there's plenty to be done.
We've still got a long way to go, but it's finally starting to feel real. Just happening through our neck of the woods, stranger? Nevin told me about your summons. Our, donor wasn't too hard on you, I hope. She can be a hammer when the situation requires, but this project holds a pretty special place in her heart, so I'm sure she was feeling grateful. Well, thanks to your little chat, our donor's doing everything she can to upend the various roadblocks in our way. We're in the process of vetting more security, looking at some additional and more agreeable contractors. Whatever gets this place closer to becoming a reality. Opening's still a ways off, but we'd be going nowhere if you hadn't wandered in. That makes two of us. Thank you again, love. For you, our doors will always be open.